Wait, didn't you? Oh, yeah, that was a Chinese thing. Never mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from tbriz Studios, it's the Adult Baby Show.
Yeah, welcome to the Adult Baby Show. We are your hosts. My name is tbriz.
I'm B.
And I'm Chic.
And TikTok, you don't stop.
You don't stop.
It's a week of 26.
It's in a week 26.
It's in a week of 26. Guess what?
6 months, baby.
Oh,
Week 26, bros.
what does that mean?
We're the podcast boys.
Podcast boy.
PCast boys.
That's a lot of
Week
hours.
26, that means that's half a year.
That is.
That's 6 months straight we've been doing this.
Wow, I haven't missed a week.
We're on point.
We are
You're
on
welcome,
point.
everybody.
Yeah.
We're the podcast boys. B-O-I-S.
B-O-I. I like B-O-I.
Boys.
That's my new thing. I
Boys.
stole it from somebody. Somebody that always says everything about boys, or they write B-O-I-S, and
I
now I
like
do
B-O-I-S.
it. I like it, boys. Podcast boys.
The podcast
I
boys.
can roll
Is that a millennial thing? There's millennial
Definitely
things.
a millennial thing.
Like-
It's Bay.
Bae, B-A-E. Yeah, like Bae. Like,
I
are we the
hate that.
podcast bays?
Podcast Bay.
Yeah.
Chick, be my podcast bae.
You want to be my Bay?
Yo, anybody out there that's listening that wants to be my podcast bae, send an email to tomchick@bay.com. Bay. Anyway, what about this other millennial thing, which is like instead of saying very cool, you say the letter V cool.
V cool.
You ever see that? V
Oh,
cool?
I haven't seen that
Yeah.
one.
P cool?
Yeah.
Pete cool.
Pretty cool.
That's pretty
Just
cool.
abbreviate shit.
Very cool.
And S
P
cool.
nice.
Not so cool.
What is it?
And S cool. Not so cool.
Is that real?
Mm-hmm.
Did you just make that up?
I tried to go with it as long as I could, but
NS cool?
Your-
I don't know. I'd say that's
your
P cool.
eyes were
That's pretty cool. That's
Daggering
pretty
me.
cool, bro.
That is P cool.
P cool.
V cool. B cool.
And S cool.
BR cool.
Yeah.
Brendan Ryan cool.
Brendan Ryan.
Brandon.
Brandon.
Oh, man. It's good to be back with another week.
It is
with
good
you
to be
guys.
back.
That's all right.
What'd you guys do this past week?
Well, I have a question. There's something that's been going on our SoundCloud. And I look up our SoundCloud.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
And-
wow.
I think he knows where I'm
Wait,
going with this.
what's that
Let me just go. So I looked at our SoundCloud and I noticed we've been getting a lot of listens. Like YouTube, we get views. SoundCloud, we get listens, and we blew up. Like our number. Why can't I speak?
Our
What is-
number.
Our number doubled in listens for our weekly number that it usually does. And of course, my first instinct is, fucking Chick is out there buying followers for
I don't
us.
have the money to buy fucking followers.
Well, maybe you're turning tricks or something. You're doing
What are you
something.
doing? You're doing
I'm doing
something.
the
Tell
thing
us
that
what
you
you
wanted us doing.
No.
I follow 40 people a day, every day. And that's it. And sometimes we get people who actually listen.
Well, this was the other thing. A bunch of people had liked us, our page, that all had the buy likes and followers on SoundCloud as their profile picture. That I
just
could
go
see
right
they were
down
liking
to
us.
comedy podcast, and I like them. 40 every day.
You're just liking comedy podcasts?
And
Why
then
aren't you liking
sometimes I
actual
go into
people?
their people's.
You should
like,
always be doing that.
well, the podcast. Are the
See, I
ones
knew
who
you were doing
listen a lot.
something wrong.
He's doing
I knew we'd
something.
figure it out. We just got to jump on him.
Don't look at me.
I
have to
nailed
get
it.
him.
We're getting our views and listens doubled.
No, he did. He doubled.
Isn't that funny that our views and listens double and I still want to grill him
Yeah.
about something?
What
You would
What are you
think
doing?
I was like,
What did you do?
thought I was going to get like a, hey, Tom, good job. You're doing good in SoundCloud. Nope.
No.
Yeah,
no.
SoundCloud
buying
is Tom's
listens.
wrong.
dare you.
He's our SoundCloud bay.
Yeah.
He's on SoundCloud, babe.
He's our SoundCloud boys. SoundCloud boy over here.
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud
What?
Bois. B-O-I-S is like Bois. Like
Bois.
the Bois.
It's like the French boy.
Yeah, that's exactly how the
Down
French-
by the beach. Boy. That's Jamaican when I
That
do
is.
it. But yeah, so Chick, actually, you're doing a good job. Good
Great
job
job.
over there.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
You're doing
Tip my
finally.
hat to
I don't know how you're paying these guys off
Yeah.
with your lack of income, but you're making it work.
I did get approved for unemployment this week.
Oh,
Thank you, government.
wait,
Thank
hold
you,
on.
government.
Chick got approved for unemployment.
All right.
Yeah. All right. What does that
for
mean?
you.
How much? Woo, let's get that rolling.
Yeah.
So are you?
How much do you get?
I got about, I don't know yet. I haven't gotten my first one yet. But
They don't
I
tell
got
you?
approved for 435, and then they take taxes out and stuff, so we'll see.
All right.
All right, so now you have incentive to not work for even longer.
Yeah.
I got
love
6 months of this.
Good.
Oh God.
So can we be those dicks that are like yeah, well, so now we're pretty much paying your paycheck,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
you're
you
welcome.
can, and
So
I'm-
you're welcome.
And I'm
You're
gonna be like,
welcome.
yeah, thank you, guys. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. That's
Thanks
all
for
right.
helping me with my bills, everybody.
I'm paying your paycheck now. Jeez.
There's going to be a lot of people, oh, fucking unemployment. Well, fuck all of you.
Buy us some more likes and followers with that
Yeah.
paycheck.
Yep.
In your free time.
Invest it.
Don't
This
worry, everybody. I'm
podcast
gonna
is
spend your money good.
When you go to the unemployment office, I want you to promote.
Oh, babies, I'll bring my business
There you go.
cards. Tell them this is my job. I'm working on getting
This is the only
famous.
job I know.
That's it. We've been doing this a half a year now. Can you believe it? It's been 6
I
months.
can't believe it.
I can't believe
And
it
it's been
either.
fun. It's been really fun.
I love you guys.
I love you guys. It's,
I love you
I
guys.
love you guys, man.
we really
I love you guys.
we've
I love everyone that's listening.
yeah, most of the people.
I love most of the people listening.
Yeah, no, I love everybody.
Eh.
But
Everybody's
it's
tough.
been a fun 6 months. Like I feel like we started off like somewhere. We remember in the beginning we were doing
Strictly articles.
we were just doing news stories. We were doing articles.
Yeah.
And we that was fun. I think we had some good stuff from that. And then we slowly broke away from that, and we're sort of finding our flow.
Yeah, we're
Right.
coming into our own a little bit.
Yeah.
We just sit around and talk.
Yeah. That's it.
And
Sometimes it's funny, and sometimes it's
it's
just us
not.
Sometimes
making
it's-
fun of chicks.
Sometimes it's dreadful.
Sometimes it's us being absolutely negative.
I got a
Yeah.
feeling this episode's going to get a lot of sassing.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get sassed. You know why? Because this episode we got a story from Chic.
Yeah.
And we already started sassing him before the episode. He started telling us about what his story is, and I mean it was god awful.
Good storyteller.
Because
It was god awful.
When Chick tells a story, get ready to fall asleep because
Yeah.
it makes you snooze. It's a snooze fest.
snooze story.
No, I'm kidding. Go on.
They are
Well,
snooze. I'm not.
Here's
good
my
at,
critique.
like,
Here's my critique on Chick's stories. Chick's stories are good. I'll actually put a positive spin on it. Chick's stories are good when emotion is involved.
yeah.
When he gets emotional and he's telling a story,
Yes.
that's when I'm sucked in.
You're right.
But this story, Chick was just throwing facts at us
Yeah.
that are not interesting facts on their own. I'm going to ruin part of the story. We were in a storm. It was raining. We were on a boat. Like shit like that. I'm like, well, how did you feel? What was
Right.
the sentiment? Give us the human part of it, not just like the bullet points. But as me and B dug into this, you know what? Let's get into it. Let's
dig.
talk about it and
See,
see.
but, like,
maybe we can make his story interesting.
You make a great point because you remember that movie, The Perfect Storm?
yeah.
You just summed it up. but there's some storytelling element
Right.
that you have to throw in.
Right.
There's some, I don't know. There's a little bit of that.
If you went to pitch The Perfect Storm
Yes.
to someone who was going to finance the movie,
I would be terrible.
That's how you would pitch it.
yeah.
Yo, big storm. The boat flows into it, and that's it.
Yeah.
Right. And then, but what about the people? What about the
How did you
characters?
feel? What was
Where-
going on?
Right. How did you feel? Was there fear? Was there terror? Make me feel those feelings. Make me want that storm to kill everyone.
Is there somebody back home on the shore that you're thinking about?
Right.
Is somebody thinking about you?
Get me
Out there on the
emotionally
storm.
invested.
Chuck's thinking about me. And wanting
Get
me
us
to fucking
emotionally-
go overboard.
Chick's like, oh yeah, actually, we hit a wave and my weed went overboard. No. It was like this. You can. There it is.
Oh, you know what? There's part of that we can get into on the second day.
See, there we go.
all right.
As you're already unlocking it. Sorry.
Because it's funny. All I care about is my smoking product.
Should we let this baby bird fly and see where he goes with this
Let's
story?
do it.
Let's see
Spread
where
your
he goes.
wings.
Spread those
Chick.
wings.
Spread those
All right.
fucking
Jump
wings.
off the
So
nest.
last weekend, I went to, as anybody who follows me knows, I love me some Lake Wallenpaupack.
Now-
State PA.
Yeah. I do follow him, unfortunately, and it's whenever he's on this lake, it's nonstop. Lake Wallenpaupack. It's the most annoying.
I get a lot of
Thing-
raving reviews about my Paupack.
Oh,
Is this the
God,
lake-
It drives me nuts.
From What About Bob with
no, this is the lake from what's that show? The Office.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
Really?
it's a lake from
One of the episodes in The Office. They go on the cruise ship on the on Lake Wallenpaupack.
really?
wait, the cruise
Not the
ship,
cruise. It was like a
the booze cruise.
The booze cruise.
That's the booze cruise
Oh.
episode. Isn't that one of the episodes where Jim admits that he's in love with Pam
It might be,
to
because
Michael?
I think they
Yes,
did
I
do
think
it in
you're-
more than one episode.
He admits it to Michael, and he brings that other chick on the boat, right?
Yeah.
And he-
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you guys watch The Office?
Yes.
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 Do it. But he doesn't like that chick.
No, he's
like-
using her to get.
Right. He was-
Wait, but wasn't
Okay.
are you talking about not Rashida Jones?
No.
The other.
This is before her.
The one that was selling the purses. She comes to the office to sell the purses.
Oh yeah.
What's her name?
I don't
Rebel
remember.
Alley?
I'm terrible
I don't
with
remember her.
names.
That
Isn't that
well.
Rebel Alley?
But was
I honestly don't
Pam
remember the
Pam
name.
married at this point? Because Pam was married to the
She was
to the warehouse
engaged.
guy. Engaged.
No, she was engaged
Yes.
multiple, like for a long time.
Yeah.
For
That
like
was 4
3
seasons.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, to Roy.
Roy.
Roy. You know what one of my favorite Roy scenes is when he finds out that she kissed Jim. They're trying to get back together, and she's like, "But I have to be honest with you about everything. I kissed Jim." And he flips. Halpert kissed you, and he starts smashing the bar up, and he starts throwing glasses at the mirror, and his brother's there with him. And just because he starts trashing the bar, his brother's like, "Yeah!" And he lifts up a chair and like smashes it, and the two of them just start smashing the bar up
God.
together. I was like, "Oh shit, man!"
Such a great show.
Yeah.
It was a classic.
Anyway,
So
now though, should we just talk about The Office for the rest of the episode? Because I honestly, I could.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
I could
it is
love
a
that.
classic.
I've watched The
it's
Office,
one of the greatest shows of all time.
if not the
I
greatest,
just like whenever
arguably.
Mike takes them in for a meeting.
Oh yeah, 5
every
minutes
one of
conference room.
Conference
Yeah.
room.
That show is what I call one of my comfort shows.
Yes.
I put it on when I can't find anything else to watch. I'll put that on. I have a few shows that are like that, but I've watched that entire series from front to back between 10 and 20 times, somewhere in there. I don't know. It could be
Yeah, I
15,
believe it.
16.
You want to hear a fun
Nonstop.
fact about me with The Office?
Yes.
No.
First time I ever watched it, I was in Scranton, PA.
No way.
Yep.
How did that happen?
I went to visit a buddy who had like a little ski house in Scranton, and he had like the DVDs of it. And like this is like the first couple of seasons, and I heard of it, but I never watched it.
Oh, I'm in
And-
Scranton. I might as well watch it.
It had nothing to do with us being. He just had it. Like we both were there, a bunch of people, and we ended up just watching like the entire first 3 seasons. And I was like, "This show is amazing."
It is.
And like, didn't he? Yeah. And we were in Scranton. I don't even think I put it together until like,
Sick.
like. Sorry, I'm just. It's not a story, chick. It's not like
Sweating bullets
You know,
right
one
now.
thing I hate about that show?
what.
I love everything about the show. There's one thing I hate with a fucking passion. It's that theme song in the beginning.
I don't
I
hate
don't
the theme
mind
song.
You don't like it? You
I
don't mind it?
like it. I don't hate it. I don't care. Yeah, I just don't
Yeah. Like,
Can you skip it on Netflix?
yes, you
Yeah, you
can.
can skip.
And
the
I,
intro.
when all of a
That's probably
sudden,
why I don't hate it.
I'll be sitting there like making dinner, and The Office is on the background. As soon as I hear that intro, I run to the remote, and I'm like, "Skip it, skip it,
I don't
skip
hate
the
it that
fucking
much.
song." It
Best
drives me
one ever,
nuts.
Seinfeld. Short, simple.
Oh,
Nailed it.
boom, 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 boom. You know something about that?
Yeah.
That guy, that's not a theme song
It's
that
different
plays
every single
right.
time.
He
Yeah.
would weave it in
Yep.
and out of the stand-up that he was
and how
doing.
he did the stand. Yeah, I saw a special on
Yeah,
that.
that
We
was
probably
really
watched the
interesting.
same exact
we
documentary.
all saw that. That was really interesting.
Very cool.
It's
but-
different every episode.
And the thing about the Office theme song that you guys might not have noticed that drives me nuts is it gets louder than the show is. So when it comes on, the volume, it's like the volume itself jumped 20 decibels louder.
Yeah, you're the only
and
one
then
that
it comes
you're
down.
such an audio guy that you're the only one that notices
I have
that.
sensitive ears.
You do have sensitive ears.
They're very sensitive.
No, they're gifted.
My heart is also
They
sensitive.
are. I've listened.
They-
I've watched this guy listen to a song and then replay it, just listening to
He
it.
does. You do have gifted ears.
I got some gifted things.
You're gifted.
Thanks, guys.
All right, enough. Get off his dick.
All right, back to
All right.
Chick's stupid ass
Don't want to let his
fucking.
head get it.
No,
too
let's-
big.
I'd honestly rather talk about The Office for this whole episode, but we have to let Chick.
Yeah,
tell
but
his
you know what?
Stupid.
Do we have to, though?
Stupid fucking
We don't-
vacation
oh,
story
no,
about
let's-
Lake Wallenpaupack, whatever the fuck it's called.
Lake
baby.
Wallapampack.
Lake Wallapapack, baby.
So wait, back to the other lake. What was the name of the lake, and what about Bob then?
I honestly don't remember, but it wasn't that because it wasn't in Pennsylvania, weren't they? Upstate New York.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Lake,
could
you
be
know
wrong.
what I'm talking about, though, right? Did you see What About
Yeah,
Bob?
no,
with
I
There's
Bill
a
did see
Murray?
lot of lakes though.
It's definitely not visibly. It's definitely not that lake, but I don't know
different.
if it's supposed to be.
Lake Winnipeg? No.
Quinnipiac?
Is that a lake?
I
Quinnipiac?
love
No.
the shirt though. That I'm sorry, I'm local.
Don't hassle me.
Don't
I'm
hassle
local.
me. I'm local. That's right.
One of my favorite scenes is when he's eating the dinner that she made. He's like,
so good.
Fucking eat it. And you know what's funny is I'm always reminded of that because I have an issue that I've been struggling with as anxiety at the dinner table when I'm eating with people.
In what way?
Really?
In what way
You
is
eat too loud?
I've heard some other people talk about this, so go.
well, my issue is if the conversation stops. And I had
And you're
trouble.
chewing?
I've been getting
Listening
better
to
with it.
people
Yeah.
eating?
Well, I've been getting better with it as I've gotten older. Like, it's okay to have some silence and some pauses in a conversation. It's gotten me in trouble in the past.
Are you king of the awkward silence?
What does that mean?
Just like silent, you make like silent situations awkward. Because there's no.
I think I do because I will talk about anything that I'll just start having verbal diarrhea at a dinner table to talk in order to combat what I feel is the awkward silence. And I'm probably the only one at the table that feels like I'm about to lose my fucking mind because it's been silent because one topic just tapered off and died and nobody's started a new one yet. And that little pause of 2 seconds, I feel like I have to say something because the silence is killing me.
Right.
And I've been working on this.
Now, do you have to? Do you continue on with the same subject, or do you just try to start a new
Well, how
subject?
about them Yankees?
Well, that's where the "What About Bob" thing is reminding me is that one of the easiest default things just to start talking about is the food. So somebody will be talking about the show, blah blah blah, whatever you saw, or the thing we watched, and it dies, and I'll hear the silence. And I'll look at my plate and I'll just, this, how's everybody's food? My food is so good. This food is so good.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. How's the asparagus? Did you try the asparagus? You like it? It's good. It's good, right? You don't like yours? Come on, it's great. And it's just like filler conversation. Yeah. It's like I don't give a fuck.
Nothing. It gets you nowhere, but in your head, it makes you feel good that there's still a voice.
Right.
There's still movement.
One time it got me in trouble.
Wow.
Well, multiple times, but I'll talk about this one time because then I also have this other thing where now I feel awkward. And the thing I do when I feel awkward is I try to be funny. I try to make people laugh. Like nervous laughter shit. So I was at one of my ex-girlfriends at a family dinner, and I'm at the table with her father, her mother, her brothers. It's basically everyone in her family. Even her uncle is there and his wife, and it's me. And it gets silent. And I start freaking out. So I start talking about the food, and I'm talking about this penne alla vodka that her mom made. And I'm like, this stuff is the best. It's the best penne alla vodka I ever had. And now I'm also trying to be over nice to her to get them to like me. Because this other issue I have is I need everyone to like me. Otherwise, I'm getting crazy. Everybody's got to like me at this table. If somebody doesn't like me, I need to keep talking until they like me. But it does the opposite, where they start to hate me more because I won't shut the fuck up. So I start talking about the penne alla vodka. And I had been there previous, and I told her last time I was here, I said, I ate so much of your penne alla vodka. On the way home, I had to pull over the car and throw up.
Oh my God.
And she was horrified. She goes, what? Oh my God, it made you throw up? And I'm like, oh, no. I'm like, I don't mean like that. I mean like it was so good that I couldn't stop, even that I overate, and it made me throw up out my window on the way home. As I was driving home, I had to pull over and vomit all over the place.
Sick dinner talk.
And I couldn't. I know, right?
Now she's just thinking about her penne alla vodka all over the southern staters.
It was one of those conversations where you heard like a couple forks drop. Like people's jaws and forks dropped, and they just started staring at me like
you fucking
what is this idiot doing? This is like he's ruining it. The family's gonna hate him after this. Luckily, the dad was nice, and he goes, "Oh no, honey, I know what he's saying. Yeah. I get what he's saying.
I throw up from your meals a lot too, honey. We've all been there."
So that got me into a weird situation.
That's great.
You know, I struggle from the same thing of wanting people to like me.
Yeah,
and
I don't have that issue.
Yeah, we know. that might be your issue.
That might be my issue.
I think Chic has the opposite issue. Is like he loves stirring the pot, getting people to hate him.
Yeah. So I dated this girl for a while, and then it ended like badly because I sort of ended it, and I'm not good with that stuff. And
You like a Costanza?
Yeah, I'm just not good. And she like didn't see it coming. I just was like, I'm over it. And
Are you gonna tell us how you ended it?
It's not you.
yeah,
it's me.
well, I could. It was a 4th of July weekend, and
You did it over the holiday. What a
no,
idiot.
you never fire somebody on a holiday. I waited till the 5th of July, and I got rid of her then.
Nice.
But it was, I had taken her to a wedding, and typical Brendan, I'm gonna marry you. You know, I must have said that like a million times, but to me it doesn't mean much, but to other people it does, I guess. So I just say that stuff. That's like my. By the way, I think that's my awkward filler.
You think
That might be my awkward filler when I don't have something to say.
Yeah, that's exactly what
Marry you.
That's awkward filler. It's like, oh god, I'm losing her. Say something to pull her back in. You know
Yeah.
what? We should get married one day. Oh my god! And then what you just said, it didn't mean anything to you, but to her it meant a lot.
I'm sure it
to
did.
you, it was just awkward air filler.
Right. It's just me trying to keep the conversation going.
What do you want to name our kids one day?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure I've done that.
Yeah.
So, we broke up, and it was not a good thing. She wasn't happy about it.
Really?
Yeah. And
She wasn't happy after you wanted to marry her and then broke up with her?
So
No.
wait, how did you break up with her?
I just.
Did you call her?
I forget
send her a
exactly what.
text?
No, I did it in person, I think. But she had like stuff at my house, and then she came and got it, and I was totally done. And she like came there with an iced tea from Dunkin' Donuts, like I like, unsweetened iced tea with lemon, and like she thought she was gonna we were gonna talk, and I just read the paper. I read the paper, and then I had to help her put her bike away. But my thing was like, I still want to be friends.
I read the paper.
But
You read the paper, the newspaper.
the newspaper.
You sound like my dad
all-
went in the 1990s. Like you wake up and he's reading the paper.
I shut down.
At the paper.
I was trying to figure out, I'm like, what paper?
You
Yeah,
sound
the
like my dad in the 1990s
I'm
before
sorry.
my mom divorced
There's
his
still
ass and he went to jail. Wait, what?
Wait, what just happened? Definitely more interesting than what I'm about to say.
Anyway, go on.
I don't know how to recover from that. So I breaks up with a bitch. No, she was awesome. I had Are you gonna
Jesus.
throw up?
Are you going to fucking piss something out of your
gonna throw
nose
up
again?
your ex-girlfriend's spaghetti again?
No, I'm good. This is why you need me in your audience, because when I get killed, when you
Yeah.
kill an audience, I'm coughing. I'm just
Yes.
It make you look good out there.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, he really is killing. He's dying. It sounds like he's fucking dying.
I killed him out there. So anyway, there was like a series of text messages I got. One that was like she sent me a list of things that we were supposed to do.
Oh,
Like
God.
when
Fucking get over
you know when you're in a
After you
relationship.
already broke up with her.
yes.
Yeah.
And like when you're in a relationship, you're like, yeah, we can go feed the goats one day, or we'll take a
Yeah,
bike
this girl
ride. to
seems
this.
like she took everything way
Can you just
too
let him
literal.
fucking talk?
Yeah.
Remember this whole thing started with me trying to do a story that you guys just kept on going story after story?
All right, no.
How come
God
on the
forbid I
second?
did that to one of you guys.
No, we'll let you do.
No, I'm over it now.
He's never over.
Oh, I'm over it. Go.
But sometimes stories go into different directions.
No, yeah, you're right. If I did that to one of you guys telling a story, though.
I'm gonna mute his mic. Don't worry. Go ahead.
Well, no, because we're gonna be able to go right back into your story.
Yeah, right back.
Yeah, because we're talking about troubled waters.
hold
My
on.
relationship had troubled waters, and
All right,
you
B.
had troubled
B.
waters.
We're better now. He's muted. He can't even talk.
So, anyway, I don't even know what I
I'm
was
just a
saying with this.
sidekick. Go.
I don't even know where I was going with this, to be honest with you. So, I broke up with her. Well, I totally forgot. I had a point, and I lost it. My bad.
Let me try to remember. She
sorry.
she
I
sent
don't
you a
feel bad
list.
at all.
Chick, shut the fuck up. All right, I'm trying to help him remember what the hell he's talking
It's
about.
not even-
She sent you a list of things
Yeah.
that you were supposed to do together.
Yes. Oh, and then she sent me a text of like, here's all the things we'll never get to do together and all this stuff. But this is it, because of wanting people to like me. So
Right.
So months later, after this whole thing went down and it was awful, she had popped up again. I guess she followed my YouTube account and like got a notification. So she sent me a text message, and I right away was like, you know, basically, hey, are we still cool? Can we still be friends? Like, I'm sorry. And she like shot me back a message and she's like, you know, Brendan, the thing about you is you're too concerned with people wanting to like you, and just a whole, I forget what it was. I erased it because it embarrassed me. But a whole thing about how like I need to be more serious in life and stop being concerned with people liking me, and that was basically it. It was just a little add-on to what you were saying. Now,
I like it. I feel that.
Now, I wasn't getting into a story, is what I'm saying. It was just a quick little
Chick,
thing.
don't worry. I remember where we left off in your story. I have it written down right here.
I said one word.
You said two.
What do you?
I'm good. I'm already over the story anyway.
Yeah,
No, we're not done with it.
The name
It's
of
not
the
gonna
lake.
be great of a story.
Well, see, you can't do that. You can't yell at us for interrupting and then say, I don't have much of a story. So
Well, I'm over it. But anyway, let's keep it going.
This is not intro. This is called tangents. We're on a
it's just
tangent.
tangents. We do this all the time.
Now I
Now,
try and tangent sometimes, but I get yelled at when I tangent.
No, you don't understand what the difference between a tangent and interrupting,
okay,
and just everything B is saying.
gotcha.
And then see
was
what you're doing right now is
You're
not
right,
a
'cause
tangent.
I'm not. Yeah. 'Cause
now
I'm-
you're just talking in between our sentences.
Exactly.
What do you mean exactly?
now we're gonna
That
make
is what I'm doing now.
We're gonna make you tell your.
I'm gonna
your
tell it,
vacation.
don't worry.
Go now.
All right, B, put your mic down. I'll put my mic down. Chick, Lake Wamalama plaque. Go.
Doesn't matter. The whole story's over now. You want to do it? We're gonna do.
No, we're putting our mics down and you're telling the story.
Tell,
Go.
please.
I'm not telling it.
What?
I'm as stubborn as you guys. That's
You
the
can't
problem.
do
This isn't about
I
being
can do
stubborn.
it.
God,
You
he's
can't
such a
do
baby.
this.
I am
He's
a
such a baby
baby.
sometimes.
I am.
He's such a baby. All right, talk
right.
about your stupid fucking story. Go.
It's not getting
He
talked
won't
about
do
at
it
all.
now.
He doesn't. I don't think he realizes.
No, he's not
that
gonna do it.
It's over.
But it had so much
We're doing
potential
a-
to be.
It didn't have any potential anyway. We got stuck in a rainstorm on a boat.
Listen, you went to Lake Wallampampak.
Don't look at me.
What
just say-
happened at
I told you we got
Wallampampak?
stuck in a rainstorm on a boat, and that's it.
So
And
you're
then
gonna
we
be-
got back
But
and we
did you go?
survived.
Wow.
How long were you on this?
Chick, how do you expect to remain on this podcast if you're going to keep behaving like
It's
this?
not the end of the world.
You have a story. We're doing a podcast. You have to tell us about it. Come on. Come on. Come on, Chick. Come on.
Why is it
Help us out.
happening?
Because
Come
the
on.
story's already done. It's not going to be good now. I'm not getting into it now. It's over.
What are you
It
talking about?
lost its even the potential of being funny. It's gone. It's over.
Oh, we'll make it funny. Trust
Oh
me.
no, there's no.
Believe me, it'll be funny.
Oh
Just
no, it
go.
won't.
Check. Come on.
Is this what we're gonna do for the rest of the episode?
Maybe.
It's not gonna be a good episode then. This is gonna
Are
crash.
you angry?
I'm not angry at
I
all.
think he's angry. You are angry.
You guys assume a lot of things. I'm not. I'm just over that story.
How would you describe your feelings right now?
Over that story.
No, that's not a feeling.
No,
how,
No,
how are
it
you
is.
feeling
I don't
right
want
now?
to tell that story.
How are you feeling right? Did we hurt your feelings?
Well, me and
No,
T.
you guys
Briz
don't hurt my
talk
feelings.
over you. How does it
then
make
why
you feel?
why are
It
you
doesn't. Everything was going good. I was
why are you
listening
being
to
resentful and not telling your story and purposely withholding the
Oh,
story?
because when you got mad at me for throwing in a comment, and then it's the same thing you did when I started mine. You guys cut me off, but I didn't get mad at you guys because I let you guys go on tangents.
I don't think you see the
But if I
difference.
do that, okay, we'll listen back.
Oh, yes, we will.
Yeah, we will. But the story's done now. It really is. It's not going to be funny.
You're really
There's no
not gonna-
point. Yeah, there's no point getting into it because it's not even. I'm not even a good enough storyteller, and we had it going, and now it's just going to be a dead story.
Tell the story.
It's
All right,
not
so
happening. It's not that
I'm gonna tell
funny.
It doesn't matter. Tell it.
So
All right, but
this-
B, make up the fucking story like it's your story then. That was our attempt at a record scratch sound
yeah,
because we're interrupting the podcast.
with a very special announcement.
The special announcement. What just happened is that things
Things went awry.
went awry. There was a little argument, and B attempted to tell Chick's story for him. And
Didn't
it was so awful.
It didn't work.
because the mood was just destroyed.
There was a black cloud above our heads.
There was.
From one of the adult babies, and
So we're just here real quick to explain that happened. We're cutting the story, and we're just going to resume the episode and act like nothing happened.
yes,
Is that okay?
back to your regularly scheduled program. I don't know. Well, I just would rather you tell us a story.
That's too late. Chick's
I
never allowed
started
to tell
telling
a
that
story.
story,
in the
and I
show again.
realized even I don't have anything to say about this
He just threw,
vacation I
he
went
just
on.
threw the equivalent of an adult tantrum, and his way of throwing an adult tantrum was to withhold telling a story on a podcast that we're
wasn't that
actually
great.
recording live right now. It doesn't matter how great it was or not. You were supposed to tell it,
Yeah.
and you're withholding it because you're throwing an adult tantrum.
Okay.
An
You
adult
are.
baby
That's what you're
tantrum.
doing. You're an adult baby. That's why we named the
Exactly. I
show
might as
this.
well live up to the name.
Yeah, might as well. Good job.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next thing because that was
Yeah.
a fucking. If anybody's even listening, still
Yeah,
thank you.
I think we lost everybody on that.
All right, I got a story that I was going to talk about, which is also another bad story, but I'm going to tell it anyway because we could actually tell 5 bad stories and call it a podcast, or sit here and tell 0 stories and not do a podcast.
That's true. I don't know.
That's another record scratch. And we're back.
And we're back. This is a real record scratcher. This
That's a
one,
pretty
huh?
good record scratch. Yeah, we're interrupting the podcast again. Wow. Hey
Twice.
everybody. How's everybody doing out there in
good
podcast
to be back.
land? So we're gonna blame this on Chick because he's not here today.
Yeah.
He attempted to tank this episode because he was so mad.
Guy
And-
tanked it on us.
Yeah, he tanked it. He killed the mood in the room. I'm blaming it all on Chick. So
Because
then-
he's not here.
Because he's not here, so he's probably listening to this. Sorry, Chick.
We love you, Chick.
Not well, sometimes. But anyway, so now I told the story, and it was absolutely fucking awful, and it went on for 20 minutes about some shit haircut I got.
It was horrific. And
It was all terrible. And then I fucking accidentally made a racist comment, which I'm very sorry about already right now, even though nobody even heard it. I'm still sorry about it.
I'll tell you what I'm more bothered with.
I'm not racist.
The fact that I don't care about the racist comment. I care about that you come to 2 bald guys and you start telling your haircutting story like we're gonna have any sympathy for you. You got 2 inches cut off the top.
You know, it was kind of funny. I opened with, you guys ever get a bad haircut?
Yeah, crickets.
Crickets.
That's why we're back.
I'm speaking to the wrong crowd. But anyway, so yeah, we felt the need to explain that because that's cut. And now B is going to go into an Uber story out of nowhere, just kind
Yeah.
of right now, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna start.
Yeah. So
We'll be back. No, we won't be back. Oh.
I don't know. Maybe we'll be back again. It depends on how god awful the rest
we'll
of this
see what
episode
happens.
is. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Chick.
Thanks, Chick.
Thanks. Everybody leave a comment about chicks sucking it.
I got in an Uber with my dad last week.
But Uber dad, we still have a story. We're almost done
we
with
at
the
end?
episode.
Oh no, never mind.
No, talk about it. How long is this story?
Don't worry. We'll do it another day.
No, you know what? I might actually just cut out Chick's whole fucking story. So tell your Uber driver story because
Better off doing that.
If we go for another 20 minutes, I'm cutting his shit out and putting this in
Yeah, cut mine out and put yours in. Mine was useless anyway. Honestly, it really was.
because there was no story.
There was nothing.
Actually, B told the story pretty funny. Anyway, go ahead.
I
B.
didn't.
This whole fucking episode is a
Yeah,
goddamn train wreck.
This is a disaster.
This is like basically the equivalent of a fucking haircut at barbershops.
Yeah.
You walk in and
I
you,
tanked the episode.
I don't think you tanked it, but I think we were going in a good direction, and you sort of you have like this
negative energy.
Yeah, it was
Dad,
me.
you were
It was
gonna
all
say
me.
that too. It was fucking negative
Yeah.
energy.
It wasn't all you.
No, it was.
So anyway, again to
He's got to be right. Yeah, it was you, Chick. There, you're fucking right. Go ahead, B.
so last week.
What?
Good, you're right.
Last week.
You're right about everything. Go ahead, B.
Have you? Sometimes I think
Look
technology.
at his face. I'm sorry, Chick. I'm just fucking with you.
Is it right? You good? I'm listening.
I say I can't get into this.
All right, the Uber
There's
dad.
too much like anger in this room.
I'm mad.
There's angry.
That
There's
bar.
no angry.
I'm angry. It's that barbershop story got me all
Yeah.
worked up. I'm pissed off about
It's got
my
me
hair
worked
again.
up too because I miss haircuts.
I wish his Yelp review would have been a little more honest.
No.
He could have been a little meaner in his Yelp review.
Another record scratch.
Guess who's back?
Oh my god. So,
Do you guys see what we're saying?
yeah, you see what we're doing here?
See what we're dealing with.
We tried to then get out of this awful story that decided to cut about me getting a terrible haircut out.
Yeah.
We tried to move on to this Uber dad story, which is, we promise, is coming up next.
Yeah, we thought it was coming up at the last record scratch.
Right. And for some reason, Chic decides to circle us back to the haircut story and harp on some kind of Yelp review that I left. He wasn't satisfied with it. And did you hear that moment of silence when he's made the Yelp review comment? It's like, what?
It was good.
What are you talking about?
It was a good 3 to 4 seconds of us just looking around, just like, what?
Hold on. Let's play it again right now. Take a listen. Ready? Me all worked up. I'm pissed off about my hair.
Got me worked
again.
up too because I miss haircuts.
I wish his Yelp review would have been a little more honest.
No.
He could have been a little meaner in his Yelp review.
Ready? All right. So there you have it. Chic, his gloomy cloud, his purposely trying to tank the episode. He's mad at us. He's mad
like
at the
Eeyore
world.
from Winnie the Pooh.
Yes, he just brought this whole episode down. It's all Chic's fault. I'm not taking any of the blame. It's so much easier because he's not here.
Hey, listen, I had a bad story. You had a bad story, but there's only one guy that's not here to defend himself.
So anyway, we cut a bunch of other shit out, and let's get to that Uber dad story.
Yeah, we tried like 8 times already, but let's see if it works this time.
I remember it being kind of funny.
Yeah, at this point, who knows?
Please don't turn us off. Please listen to Uber Dad.
Uber Dad. So what time are we at the end here?
Let's tell this Uber story. You have a story about your dad did something with Uber. Do we have a transition into this, or is this? Oh, because I was talking about how I'm upset with, and the way I dealt with this situation.
The way you deal with your anger.
Yeah, I was upset, but my way of dealing with it was I went through what they call phases. So I sort of went through phases where at first I was initially angry. Then I tried to just calm down and say it's not that bad and talk myself. You know what? It looks pretty good. I should just be grateful I had a haircut anyway. Or then I look at you guys and I say I should just be grateful I have hair in general. Exactly. And I try to look at the bright side, the positive side. But you know what? After a few days, I wrote a Yelp review that was half nice. After a few days, now I'm pissed again out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But that's the way I dealt with it. How did you? Your dad.
Well, here's the thing. Everybody deals with their anger differently. So my dad has a temper sometimes, and he sort of pops, and then right away he's calm and relaxed. And maybe that's good. He doesn't hold it in.
Can't hold it in.
Yeah. So and so he's. Whatever. So we get to. I'm at the airport, and my dad decides to call for an Uber for us. Okay. Getting an Uber from the airport is a little tricky because they make the Ubers go to a certain spot, and there's hundreds of people just moving all over the place, right? They're just moving. So my dad, I could see we're clearly in the wrong spot where the taxi drivers are, and I'm trying to tell my dad nicely, like, I think we have to be right over here. And he's looking at his app, and he's going, he says he's right here. He's pulling up now. I don't see him. Do you see a Toyota Corolla? And so now we're looking, and now right away he gets fired up, so he starts calling the guy, right? He's calling him up. He's like, hello, sir. I don't know what the hell he's saying. Can you hear me? He's giving me the phone, and he goes, I don't know what this gentleman's saying. And he gives it to me. So now I'm saying, I think we have to go over into this area to find the Uber. All right. So he goes into this area, and the Uber driver now pulls up, and I say to my dad, I'm like, I think he's over there. My dad goes, he's not over there. He's supposed to be right here, for Christ's sake. And I'm like, yeah, but that's the what the hell's going on?
He's trying to tape.
Sorry, I was taping an Instagram story.
Oh,
Chic's annoyed.
No, I was taping an Instagram story of him breathing into the mic. I was gonna post it, but then it's after I got done recording, it started playing out loud and distracted you. I'm sorry.
No. So we pull up, and I'm telling him, I'm like, Dad, what's his license plate number? And he's saying just the first like 3 numbers on the license plate, which if you take Uber a lot, you'll notice that like all Toyota Corollas have the same first 3 numbers. or pretty close.
Oh, is that what it is? I always noticed that the letter N or the letter T was the first, and
It's usually like
N is for Nassau County, T is for Tri-State, which is a city. And actually, if you see an Uber with the letter T out here, they're actually not supposed to be doing business on Nassau. They're supposed to be city only.
on the other side.
But is that part of? There's a 3-letter combination thing.
Yeah, most cars I've noticed like they're if you look at the first 3, it's usually pretty similar if it's the same make and model.
I'll have to look at that.
Yeah,
now.
it's something I've noticed. So he's looking at everything and he's thinking it's his car. So now my mom is there too. Me and my mom deal with things very different. We're like calm. We don't want any issues. And my dad's fired up. All right. So now the guy pulls up.
What is he so mad about again? Because he's just not there yet?
Because he doesn't. In his mind, the Uber is supposed to just pull up and be right there. We're in an airport with people coming. It's chaos. And he wants it to. It's like the app says it's arriving now, and he's supposed to be right here. I'm like, well, you have to. There's some give and take with that.
Yeah.
You know, like look around. There's millions of people here, so he might be here, but that doesn't mean he's right in front of you. So now we go, and I see him. I'm like, and in my head, I'm telling my mom, I'm like, I should have done the Uber. This is a nightmare, and he's freaking out. Me and my mom are trying to keep him calm, because once he goes, he goes. So now the guy pulls up, and I see him. I'm like, Dad, I think that's him right there. We got our luggage. We're going over there, and I do one of those things. I like put up my finger. I see the guy, and he sees me, like, you know, and my mom is going over there, and the guy's still in his car, and my dad goes up to his window, and he goes, "Roll down the window! Roll down the window! Who are you here for? Are you here for Tom? Are you here? Well, then say it." He wanted the Uber driver to confirm that it was him by rolling down his window and saying, "Are you Tom?" Meanwhile, me and my mom already established that we're here. So the guy barely didn't speak a word of English.
Oh God!
So now my dad's outside, and the guy like gets out of his car, and he's like, my dad's screaming at the top of his lungs in this guy's window, saying, "For Tom, for Tom!" Me and my mom are so embarrassed. Now the guy gets out and he's putting our luggage away, and my mom's like, "Tom, just relax, and he goes, "I mean, Jesus Christ!" Just like going nuts. Now we have an hour in the goddamn car with this guy, and they sit me in the front, and it was the most awkward hour. There was silence. It was like if you went out to dinner with somebody and you just yelled at each other, and now you have to sit and eat. That's how it was. And then, but the good thing about my dad is by the time when he cools off, he blows up like that. But then when he cools off, he knows when he's wrong, and like so afterwards. You know, we get out and he goes, I gotta say, I just lost my temper. I'm very sorry. It's not your fault. It was me. We're stressed with flying, and he gave him a nice tip. But it's funny how other people handle the anger. Because you sit on yours for a few days, and then
I tried to talk myself out of it.
Yeah.
Like in my head, like I didn't want to be angry. I wanted to just be okay with it. And
But
because you know what the thing is? It is what it is, and I have to live with it one way or another. And if I live with it angry, I'm living with it angry, and I'm driving myself crazy, and there's nothing I can do. It is what it is. Right. But if I find a way to like it, okay, then it's win-win for me. Then it's win-win because it is what it fucking is, and I have to live with it one way or another.
Yeah.
So that's why I try to talk myself out of it.
That makes sense.
You know, with this, especially the haircut, I have to live with this and look at myself in the mirror every day. And if I just find a way to like it, I win. I look at it. I love it. I can look at it now and be happy, and that's great. But if I look at it every day and I get pissed, I'm just starting off my day getting pissed, and I can't get it. Where do I put that? What do I do with that? I just let myself go crazy. I write one Yelp review and try to vent it out, but that doesn't work. So I'll never go to barber shops again. They're on my banned list.
All right, good.
And I'm glad I didn't yell at him like your dad yelled at the Uber driver.
Yeah, because
I would have had to, you fucking cut my hair off, you fuck. Yeah. Then I'd have to sit there while he cut the rest of my hair. Like,
and then you have to sit through that.
I shouldn't have given him a tip, though. I don't know. There's a lot. I still do things where I'm like, oh, I should have done that. I should have done that. But really, well, what the fuck? If it's hair, it'll fucking grow back.
It will for some people.
But I like your Uber story. Now, with Uber, you can leave the. Yeah. Do you have to leave a star rating and a little comment at the end, or is that optional?
You can like skip through it, I think, but
Did he make his amends with the Uber driver by making a nice thing?
Oh, yeah, he does that.
Like 5 stars, like his review. Sandesh arrived a little bit late, I thought at first, and then I screamed at him and realized that I was sorry and I apologized.
I screamed bloody murder through his passenger side window. And I realized overall he's not such a bad guy.
And then at the end, I invited him out for a turkey sandwich.
Well, I noticed with my dad what he does a lot too, like with Ubers, because I've watched him now with Ubers. He like is obsessed by staring at it, like 3 minutes away, and he's like, "Well, where the hell are they?" And then like so certain times like with Uber sometimes it says 3 minutes away, then it cuts to like 7 minutes because of like some traffic thing, and the second that happens, he's calling them up. He's like, "Yeah, where are you?" It's went from 3 minutes to 7 minutes. Like, relax. It's just give it a minute. But it's funny watching. Like it's something I think that like our generation is like growing up with this stuff or figuring this stuff out. Yeah. But when from his time, like it just. He's got almost too much information at his fingertips.
Like, he'd be better off with the old system where you just called and you waited. And when it got there, it'd be like, damn, he should have been here a half hour ago. Where the fuck is he? But now you have no choice but to just wait.
You just wait. Now he's got his direct phone number and a minute up to the minute where he is. It's like a little too much information for my dad to deal with.
He's old school. When you say you're supposed to be there, that's when you be there. You go from 2 minutes to 7 minutes, back to 8 minutes to 3 minutes to 2 minutes. Yep. What am I supposed to do with that?
Very much.
I don't
like
wait.
That.
Stand there and wait.
Oh God. So yeah, that's pretty much that was my event.
Well, that's pretty funny. I had an incident with an Uber driver once. I sent someone home from my house. Mm-hmm. Actually, no. This is what happened. Right. I had a friend over, and me and it was a buddy of mine. And to be honest, full disclosure, we were drinking and using drugs together in my apartment.
Drinking and drugging.
And we were partying and playing guitar and like making music and stuff. And he says he needs to go home. So I say, all right, let me call you an Uber then. I'll be a good friend and get him an Uber. I think I originally offered to drive him home, but I was too drunk and plastered. I'm like, I'm not driving. I'll get you an Uber though. So I call the Uber. The Uber gets here. By the time the Uber gets here, he decides he doesn't want to go anymore. He wants to stay and drink and do more drugs. Oh. So who would have guessed, right? You always want more and more and more. So now the Uber's here. So I got to send the Uber somewhere, like he came here. So I went out. Well, I guess I didn't have to.
Well, you didn't have to do anything. You could have just canceled.
Well,
you just sent the guy out by himself.
I was whacked. So this is what I did. I went outside and I flagged the Uber driver down. I go, listen, hey, Uber guy, I am really sorry. I called you, my friend. He doesn't want to go now. He's just sick. He can't leave. So this is what I'll do. You go to this address and you just drive there and like I'll just pay you for the thing and it will say it was all good. So I gave him the address and this motherfucker, I gave him the address, which was some address in Farmingdale, New York, and I gave him the name, the address, my memory tells me now that I did, so I'm gonna stick to that story. I gave him the address and everything, and then I get charged a ridiculous amount of money. And I look at it, and I'm like, what the fuck? And it's like a $50 toll where it's like was $13 to where it's supposed to go. Mm-hmm. This fucker, this Uber driver, tried to take advantage of me because he probably saw how intoxicated and high I was.
Piece of shit.
And for the fact that I was like, just go drive, man, with nobody in your car, and I'll pay you anyway.
Yeah. That is one of the most insane things I've ever heard, by the way, but continue.
So I was trying to do him a favor and still give him the fare. He took advantage of that. He put in the address that had the same street number and street name, but in a town that was like 4 or 5 towns away.
Like Farmingville?
Yeah. No, it wasn't even that. It was like Bay Shore or something like that. So it wasn't even like he mixed the name up. Right. It looked like he purposely did it and drove there to give himself a $50 fare, or something like that.
What a scumbag!
And it was great because he was by himself. He didn't have to deal with anybody.
Right, and he thought I was drunk that I'd probably forget about the whole thing because how whacked I was. It was like 5:36 in the morning.
What happened?
So I left him a nice little review too.
You could get your money back.
I disputed it. Yeah, I disputed it. I wound up getting my money back. But I get resentful about these things, and I ban things. And Uber got banned for a while. I didn't do Ubers after that. Nah, I just drove myself drunk. Probably should have stuck with the Uber, but you know that was
Hey,
my.
you gotta do what you gotta do.
You know what? Fuck Uber. I could drive. I'm good.
Man.
Yeah, so that was my little Uber anecdote, my little Uber story.
Never had Uber.
You just cancel it? You can just cancel it like that?
Yeah, you cancel it, and the same thing. Like you have to pay, but the Uber driver also gets paid, so
He gets
it's
paid?
a wash. Yeah,
For what?
you cancel.
I still have to pay?
Or you
what-
cancel.
So basically what I did, like I should have just canceled it and it
Yeah,
would have
you
done
should've-
what I was trying to
yeah,
do.
yeah.
Instead of being
I
like,
mean-
just drive there and I'll pay you.
No, make
like,
him work for his money. If
it
you're gonna
depends.
cancel it, fuck that.
if you cancel within a certain amount of time, I think, like if you cancel, say, you know, he's still like 5-10 minutes, whatever it is.
Yeah.
If you cancel, then it's only like a $5 charge for like cancellation fee.
Jeez, what
But,
what was I doing?
I don't know. You were
Stupid.
hey, listen, drinking and drugging
That's it.
leads to bad
Drinking and
decisions.
drugging.
Leads to a lot of bad
This is
decisions.
what we've learned.
That's my Uber story. Chick, you got any Uber stories? Since
Nah, I'm
gonna cut-
always driving.
Since I'm
I don't do Uber.
You should be an Uber
Yeah,
driver.
why aren't you an Uber
Well,
driver?
I never really had a car that I could do an Uber with. Now I do.
Now you
but
do.
I don't know. I don't want to be fucking drive people around. Fuck them.
That's what you do for free now anyway.
I don't do those anymore.
Yeah, but you should do that.
I really don't drive people around. Like
Well,
I
what are you
used
going to do for work anyway? You don't have a job right now, do you?
Well, I have the one job,
You would be a
What,
great
that-
Uber driver.
the night one, and I'm looking for another. I need a real job, not a fucking Uber. Driver.
Uber
Yeah,
job
but-
is a real job.
Yeah, but you could sort of just I
Work
think you
your own
should- I don't know.
hours.
Nah, I don't want to be I'm more of a yellow cab guy than Uber anyway.
What do you mean?
I'm pro yellow cabs. Fuck Uber.
Talking to the mic.
The mic's right
No,
here.
you're not. What is
Right in front of my mouth.
Why do you have to argue? Why can't you just do it?
Because I'm not a sheeple.
A sheeple?
Yeah. But no, I'm more pro yellow cab. I'm not a big fan of Uber.
So like if you see, you know why I don't like
So
yellow
if-
cab. If I get dropped off in Massapequa, they have to they charge me like they upcharge me for crossing the town border, and it's like $26. Yeah,
I don't take cabs really, so it doesn't
Yeah, I
really
can get an
matter.
Uber, and it's like 12.
Whenever I go in the city, I just hop in like yellow cabs. But most of the
Yeah,
time,
that's
I
good. You
drive.
keeping them.
Where does this
Right.
pro yellow cab come from?
I've just
What,
always been. I don't like Uber.
why not?
I don't know. I just like yellow cabs better.
Can you talk into the mic?
The mic is right by my.
No,
fucking
you're not
mouth.
talking into it. I can hear you going
You're
left and
using
right.
the microphone. You're holding the microphone like a hot dog.
You hold it like a schmuck. Hold it like you're
God.
fucking on stage, like you're holding the mic.
But anyway, I'm just pro yellow
There you
cab.
go. You hear that? Do you hear
pro
the difference,
yellow
B?
cab.
He's talking
Alright.
into the mic now. God, he's so difficult. He's like a little fucking kid lately. And see, you're like dealing with a kindergartner. You know that?
Okay.
You're 30-something years old. Get your shit together. Am I going too far?
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I could tell.
I could.
No,
You
I'm
yell
not
at him
mad
and he
at all.
stares at me. It's like this weird, this weird Bermuda triangle where you're yelling at him, he's staring at me. I'm just like, I don't know what to do.
And then I look at B, and B won't look at me either. He's like, B is like afraid because I'm being a dick. He's like,
I'm
he's like, I don't want to look at
I
anyone.
just want people to like me. Oh man.
Yeah. So I wanted to hear why you don't like Uber though. What
I'm
happened?
just more. Nothing ever happened. Never had a bad experience. Just pro yellow cab
Typical
guy.
review.
That's just a
No
yeah.
reason.
Are
I
you
don't
gonna
have
write
any
it?
reasons. I don't take cab. I've just always been team yellow cab. They were here first. Uber came in and basically ruining people's lives.
So you do have a reason. You just there you go. Now you see. This is why we have to peel away his layers, B. Because you don't just
What?
this doesn't just happen. You don't just say I don't like something. Why? For
There's
no
gotta be a-
reason. I just don't
there's
like
gotta
it.
be a reason.
No, you got a reason.
People
you just
make
don't want to tell
career
us.
out of being cab drivers. Now every schmuck with a fucking car is just driving around Ubers, taking careers away from people for part-time jobs.
Here we
Well,
go. There it is.
there
He's
you
been
go.
holding it in the whole time.
see that?
He's got a resentment against
You have
Uber,
something.
and he doesn't want to talk about it. But I
And
love
I
this.
think the whole generation now, you're too fucking uppity to go in a yellow cab. You got to go in a fucking someone's personal fucking
Well,
car.
it's not.
Fuck out of here, bro. Get in a fucking yellow cab. Everybody thinks that I don't have to exchange money. It's just like I fucking
But that
hate
is
Uber.
that is so much easier.
Yeah.
I
it
get
is.
it. I'm not
I
saying
like
it's
it.
not more convenient.
the
I'm a
problem
yellow
with-
cab guy.
problem
but it
with yellow
pisses
cab-
off Chick.
It
Yeah.
does. I'm a yellow cab guy.
But yellow cab could be more expensive,
I
and
don't
that's
care.
so insane.
But you know what? If I cancel a yellow cab, which I don't have to worry about, I don't have to pay for it.
No,
No,
wouldn't.
you don't.
You wouldn't have to pay
that's
for
it.
it.
But if I cancel,
But how
if I
often-
change
Yeah,
my
but then
mind-
you'd also be screwing over the establishment
Yeah.
that you regard at such
Yeah, you hurt-
heights.
you're
You're like, I
screwing
love
them
Yellow
over. I
Cab.
don't need the ride.
I'm
You're hurting
Team
the
Yellow
working
Cab.
man.
No.
You know why I love him? Because I can screw him over and cancel my cab and not have to pay him.
But no, but how often do you change your mind with rides?
Not that often.
Not that
Exactly.
often.
So it's very few and far between. But at least you don't have to pay for it. But no, I'm just pro yellow
It's
cab.
a moot point though because you don't really.
I don't take cabs anyway. Yeah, I drive.
So, but that's why.
Yeah, but for somebody who doesn't even use these
That's what's
services but
funnier,
has such a strong
you have
opinion
such a
about them,
strong- I
don't
this
have
is
a
why I'm
strong
so
opinion.
interested. Oh, you do. You don't even realize
you
it.
do have a strong.
I guess it's a
opinion.
strong. I
You're
just
in
pro
denial
yellow
about a
cab.
lot of things, aren't you?
Yeah, that's it.
You just have. I love your views.
Me too. That's why we have to pry to get this shit out. It's fucking interesting. And I love the Chickalo fucking review of Uber is hilarious.
I know.
Why the fuck wouldn't you tell us that to
I don't
begin
know.
with?
Just fuck Ubers.
It's hilarious. Oh God, Chick.
Fuck Ubers. Oh, I like it. So that's why you'll never be an Uber driver then. What about Lyft?
Would you be a
Or is
yellow
it-
cab
I
driver?
actually.
Why don't you become a yellow cab driver?
I don't want to be a cab driver. Not that against them.
What do
I
you
just
want
don't
to be?
want to.
What are you gonna? What's your next? What
I
are you
have no
looking
idea.
at?
I'm actually in a self-reflection stage right now. I don't know want to do what I want to do with myself.
What are you self-reflecting on?
What I want to do with my life.
And what are you like? What are you tossing around up there?
There's always sales because I'm usually fairly decent at it, but I don't know.
Have you ever had a sales job?
That's all I really had is sales jobs.
That last job that you were at, that was sales.
Well, this last one was eventually going to lead to sales. I was just starting somewhere, but never got to the sales part.
What would you sell? Would you be on the phone with sales, or would you be door-to-door sales, or would you
Not
be?
door to door.
Are we talking retail at a cash register? What do we got here?
I don't want to do retail. I just want to do something. I'd rather make phone calls and make appointments. I don't want to
I
go
could
just
see you
appointment
being
center.
like a manager at a bowling alley.
Yeah, I
Thanks,
can
man.
see that.
I appreciate
yeah,
that.
you got that manager at a bowling alley look down pat.
You
do,
could
I
smoke
do.
cigarettes and sort of you're there all night.
Get the mesh shorts, the fucking mesh shirt.
What
the whole
size?
outfit is mesh. You're basically wearing a mesh jumpsuit without sleeves.
I want to be a professional purger. I wish the purge was real.
What the hell? Jesus Christ. Comments like that will make you a
God.
professional unemployment line attendee. So what else? What else is on the prospect? Like sales?
That's really all I've been. I'm honestly, there's a job right now that I'm hoping to get an interview with, and I haven't heard back yet. So cross my fingers and hope.
What
to
is
get
this
it.
one all about?
It's a sales job for a home remodeling company.
So you'd be selling what?
I don't really want to say it just yet, but it's.
Oh, you don't want to talk about it
Well, I
yet?
don't know if I don't even have anything yet, but it's just like a home remodeling company. They do very
Okay.
well.
That's
I know
good.
a few people who work in there and they
That's
do well.
good.
So, but other than that, honestly I don't know what I want to do. I was thinking about doing this podcast. Makes me want to do radio and stuff, but I'd have to go back to school. I think to go to get. Don't you need like a
Communications
Yeah,
degree,
exactly.
broadcasting
Connecticut
degree,
School of Broadcasting?
School of
Exactly,
Broadcasting.
And I don't know if I want to go back to school. I don't know. I'm a lost cause right now.
If
So.
it's
Go
something that
back
you
to school.
if it's something that you like though, why not pursue it?
We'll see. It's just food for thought. I'm in a little.
I mean, you're so
reflection
good on
stage
the
right
radio,
now.
so
Yeah, I know. I'm so good. I'm just the best.
What is the reflection stage? What does that mean? What do you,
Thinking about what I've just been going in and getting the first job.
not-
that takes me.
you know that's not a reflection, right? You know what a reflection is?
Sit back and look at things you do. Yeah,
It's like
I know.
when you're-
No, it's when you look at the past and you reflect on
Yeah.
the past. You're talking about more of a what is that? If you're thinking about what kind of job you
Future.
want to get, that's like a future planning.
But I'm doing it off of past jobs that I've had that I haven't.
So
really,
you're looking back at stuff that you've done,
Yeah,
and
I'm
you're
just
like, I
trying to
don't
see.
want to do this, but I like
things
this
that haven't
stuff.
worked or haven't been working out. Just see what happens.
reflection.
You're gonna find your way.
Probably not.
No, you got a great personality. You got a lot of zest.
Yeah.
B, you're so nice. I feel
He
the urge to be
is.
mean.
Well, I'm
Exactly.
trying to. You know what it is? I'm distributing the weight here.
You got to distribute the weight on this boat.
Yeah.
We can't call back to that joke because I might delete that
Yeah.
entire thing from this podcast.
So that would
If
be,
anybody hears that now,
That would
then
be fine,
delete
too.
that entire
Well, we
part.
could
They'll have
delete
no
that.
idea what I was talking about.
Oh, that's true. That's right.
Sorry.
Redistribution of weight.
I called back something that might not be.
Maybe we might cut it so people
Yeah.
might not know what that means.
Well, that's all right. Let them wonder.
We'll see.
Let them wonder. They could always tell my house apart. We cut.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting to hear. Yeah, I wish you luck, Chick. I hope your employment situation.
We hope you land on
It's
your
only been
sandals.
a couple weeks, so far
Yeah,
it's still early. We'll see. If I'm still like this in a month or so, then you can get worried. But right now, I feel like I'll be back all right.
You know what? I don't worry about you ever because I don't give a shit about you. But if I did, I'd worry about you all the time.
Aw, you're
I was
so
expecting to
sweet.
say, you always find your way.
I'll get back.
You
I'll
always
find my
find your
way.
I don't give a shit about you.
Honestly, if you died tomorrow,
You move, pay. You move on. You move on.
Well, we might have to take a couple weeks off from the podcast and regroup. But
You get it back together. You'll be all right.
I'd have to scrub you out of the animations.
All you have to do is
and-
delete my animation.
fuck, now I gotta scrub him out of all the
yeah,
animations.
it'll be a lot of work. Stick with us.
Then I gotta erase his name from the Adult Babies podcast pictures.
Oh boy,
Just kidding. Anyway, I think that's it, guys. What do
Yeah.
you think? Should
that
we-
was fun.
Anybody else want to talk about anything else?
I don't know.
I'm good on this episode. Love everybody.
God, this is
Review,
Hey.
comments.
It was great to see you guys this week.
Oh, it was such a great week.
It was.
It was.
It was a great week.
It was fun.
I thought it was.
It was.
Well, just
I don't think he
saying
did,
it was.
I don't think he thinks it was a great week.
No, it was. It was a great week. I love you guys. I love doing this.
Wait. Why wasn't it a great week, Chick? What happened?
What do you mean?
Come on, tell
What are we
us.
talking about?
Come on, let it out.
Just put the fucking music on. I'm out.
All right, everybody, thanks for
Yeah.
listening. Tell some people you know about our podcast and ask them to listen or something. I don't know. Bye.